Hi everybody, we are back, and I looked up how, where I should be going next, and it's actually not here. We need to go out and go somewhere else first. So I think I should be able to just retreat out of here. Also, oh, what? Retreat doesn't work here. Is it just because I was inside, or is it considering this to be like a, oh my gosh. Alright. I'm just going to pause real quick. Okay, and also I've got a new screen layout set up. As you can see, there's the top screen is actually down here. So it's going to look really bad when I do like a summon in battle. But it does give you all the benefit of seeing the main action here. Let me know what screen orientation you guys like best. I'm going to try this one for today and see how I like it. But we are actually going to head back. We're going to head up to the mountain that we actually thought we were going to be going up. I don't recall exactly what we tried last time we were up here. Because I know right after we left Paithos at the exit of that cave, I thought we were going to climb up that mountain right away. But then we went off and did these other things. We went to that place, we went to another city out here. I feel like we tried to climb the mountain and couldn't figure it out. Thought maybe I'd come back later. But that does not seem to be the case. Did I just pick up a broadsword? Did I read that right? No. Must have said that Tyrell mastered the broadsword or something like that. Must have been what it said. Here. Oh, are those words I can search? They are. So yeah, I can still read the text in the bottom left corner there on my screen. But I don't know how well it'll come through in the video I upload to YouTube. So let me know if you guys have any problem reading that text, or if you even care to read that text. Alright, here we go. We are here. We're going to be able to climb this mountain. I don't think we could do it before. And I'm not sure. Can I even use that, grow that thing? No, it's not within my reach here. And I don't think I can do it from above, because there's this arbitrary rule that I can't do things unless I'm on the same height as it. So then, how would I get to that? Oh wait, I have an idea actually. No? I can't move this down? I can only move it left and right? Oh wait, but there's a falling spot right there. That is actually the correct move. So I think what I like about the Golden Sun series is that it's got the exploration and puzzles that I like. So I mean, all RPGs have like exploration and puzzles, right? But this particular flavor of puzzle solving with your abilities and exploring to actually find things that are useful, in the sense that like Jinn are something I like to find when exploring. The random new piece of equipment, not so much. But having Jinn be a good reward, I think, is great. The ladder has been cut. It must have happened when Passaj was attacked by Gaucho soldiers. Strange. Oh, there's one of these things. I don't really like timed things. Like these whirlwind things are timed, I think, but I guess the time is pretty generous. Passage Mountain. Okay. Got some, weird cubes here. just gonna push them over, and they're gonna fly up. Seems like a wind synergy kind of thing. I mean, there's wind blowing in from above below, but what is this doing here? Can I move it? I cannot. Oh, can I just whirlwind it, maybe? I can. Oh. But it's just a temporary thing? It looks like lift, but I'm using wind to just lift it. So that's the thing about Dark Dawn. I think it has a lot... It has fewer field use synergy. Huh, can I even get to any of these? Doesn't matter, maybe. I mean, I guess you can do more with less in Dark Dawn, which maybe that's better game design. I'm not entirely sure. Like, getting new synergy kind of acts like getting a new key that you can go to new places and do new things, where if you can just do everything with the synergy that you already have, then, I don't know, it's not as exciting to, because you don't, I don't know, just not getting new synergy isn't a thing. It's just, you already have the synergy, everything is just going to work with it. I don't know, I think there's some level of excitement in getting new synergy and realizing, oh, all those things, maybe a bunch of stuff in like the last town or something, I can now do something with that. Like, oh, I can't walk through this wind tornado that's holding this block up. Which means I can't pass through this way. Unless I can't move the block when it's down, can I? Oh, I can. I can climb up there. Oh, do I want to? Oh, yeah, I do. Can I do that again? Oh, looks like I just solved a puzzle. But I guess it kind of goes to like, similar to like a Metroidvania game. Ooh, a new weapon. New weapons are actually interesting to get in Golden Sun, mainly because if it's like an artifact weapon, it's going to have like a new unleashment. But this just says it's a... I mean, it says blow mace, so it sounds like it's a... Oh, she can't equip those. But he can. +5, yeah. I guess we'll give it to him. But yeah, getting a new weapon is fun or exciting because there'll be like a new unleashment or something. Not necessarily, at least not for me. Like there's some new skill to learn. Like... the weapon skill thing, I guess you unlock unleashments by mastering weapons, which is an interesting idea, but I don't know, I don't think it's necessarily fun. Ooh. New Jin. He was just sitting here, there was like no puzzle to get to him. That seems out of place. Even in the first Golden Sun, there are... clearly like, there's clearly a, like, puzzle usually to get to a Jin that's in a dungeon, or even out of the dungeon. There's always like a puzzle to get to one, unless it's just randomly hiding on the world map, which probably is my least favorite. It's just hiding on the world map, because I mean, it's exciting to run into one, but it's not exciting to know that you missed one because it's just hidden in a place. Well, I take that back. I do think that, well, I think for the most part, the Jin that are hidden on the world map are hidden in out-of-the-way places that are naturally suspicious. Like, oh, there's probably something hidden here because it's so out of the way, but that's very much almost like video game logic going with that. Well, we got a new Jin called Bark. Protective barrier. Makes sense. Wow, why do I have that on Matthew? Okay. Let's go ahead and climb up here. Oh, back outside. I'm basically making all these notes about gin locations and what's good to find because I want to make my own Golden Sun game. And I'm trying to pick up on what parts of the game design I like. Shoot, do I go up or fall down? I think I should fall down. I'm going to turn back. Weapon unleashments are cool. That's basically their whole appeal, is that they're cool. They're also strong, and they randomly happen, so they're just exciting in general, which is, I guess, a good thing to have. Hopefully this isn't just a shortcut back. No. Okay, this is going to like a new area. I think. I hope. Oh, that is a big block. What am I doing with this big block? I don't know what that does. Oh, I probably want to send it up that way. So I'm going to want to freeze this. Can I freeze things? Uh-oh. I can't freeze things. Well then, I guess I can't do this yet. I guess I should climb back up then. Kind of wish this vine thing here was permanent so I wouldn't have to climb down and climb those other things again. Hopefully I'll get the ability to use Frost like in this dungeon. Wow, there's another Djinn right there. That's cool. See, finding Djinners is fun. Wait, what? I'm at a town? Oh. We've climbed all the way to the mountain town of Passaj. That was very short. That was good. That was a short length for like a... Like, it's good to have, I think, early dungeons be short in order to keep interest up. Like the last dungeon that we did at the beginning of the game where we got the book. It was like episode 3. That was too long for a beginning game dungeon, I think. Oh, I guess I should probably read all these. Sorry. Now follow me to the very spot that Kraden believed was the only way to cross across the peaks. We're almost to the passage that Kraden believed would lead across the Chiron Mountains. It's above the town. Let me take you there directly. We can come back to explore Passaj later. Oh. So this is the way across the Chiron Mountains. What? But we're so high in the clouds that there's nowhere else to go. Nonetheless, this is the spot that Kraden believed was the key to crossing over. That's impossible. We're at the very top of this mountain. How can we go anywhere from here except back down? If only we had a Soarwing with us. Yeah, that Soarwing. It's like he's everything somehow. But here's the crux of the matter. See that mountain across the sky? That's Craggy Peak. Kraden says that the ancient ancestors of us adepts lived there. I see Craggy Peak. This mountain was once home to the Neox. Their ancient but highly advanced civilization created many remarkable devices. They were known as the Janae. Our ancestors lived there and many other places across Weyard. They saying adepts are descendants of a different type of people than normal humans? Let's see, Janae. In ancient times, those who would use synergy were known as the Janae. With their powers and their understanding of alchemy, the Janae created a great civilization which all faded when alchemy proved too dangerous for the ancient world. The Janae that lived on that peak were known as the Neox, and they looked over this part of the world. Neox. The Janae ruled all civilization with their powers. Those who lived in what is now called Craggy Peak were called the Neox. The Neox worked with the Authay to create the alchemy machines, but when alchemy vanished from the world, so did the Neox. Wait, so are the Neox coming back? Why would they disappear with the disappearance of alchemy? Did Kraden think that the Neox used their power to travel between here and there? Exactly, he thinks that they could create some sort of sky passage between the peaks. The Neox Janae worked with the ancient people of Passaj to create a machine that would manipulate the clouds. Kraden said that such machines were based on alchemy principles. The one in Passaj is called the Alchemy Forge. Alchemy Forge. This ancient machine was built by the Neox and is powered by the element of fire. It is thought to create wondrous things. That's kind of vague. Well, show us the way to this machine then. It's not so simple. Kraden couldn't just figure out how to get to Passaj's Alchemy Forge running. Kraden couldn't figure out how to get Passaj's Alchemy Forge running. But Kraden is a genius. How can we succeed when he couldn't? We have to figure it out. There's no other way to reach Belinsk and catch up with Kraden. Wait. You're saying there's no physical way to get to this other city except either through the mountain that got caved in or over the mountain through this mysterious method that nobody's ever done before? Are you saying that travel around the world is impossible for the general population? It didn't seem that hard in the last game. Not to mention that getting to Morgul to find that feather. If only we hadn't run into those fiends in the cave. Hey, Paithos had a direct hand in forcing us into the south part of Angara. But why is that masked man tagging along with him? Is there no explosives in this civilization? We can, like, I guess, make our way through the mountain again? Like, oh, wait. They used explosives to close off the mountain. Can we not get, like, a bunch of people together, ask for their help to, like, dig out the cave or something? Just the entrance? Or can we not just walk across around the mountain? Do we not have any way to scale the mountain? You know that guy who wanted to know if we had the glyph book? Paithos. He was eager to send us south to find you, Reef, not Kraden. From what I could gather, it seems that Kraden suspected his true identity. Oh, we're talking about the masked man, not Paithos. I got the feeling that they knew each other pretty well. Do you think so? Perhaps that explains why Kraden was so willing to part ways. Well, I can't imagine that they'd be friends, but old allies, perhaps? They were traveling companions before, but I don't know if they'd say allies. I trust Kraden, but I can't see trusting anything about that masked man, or Paithos. I don't see how this helps us get across the sky. Now, if we only did have a soar wing, except Tyrell's the one who ruined it, too bad that ours is broken. Of course, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that. So all we have is an ancient legend about a machine that could make a cloud passage. Seems pretty bad. I wish I had Pride more details from Kraden when we were last here. So, no use fretting about it now. I guess we'll just have to investigate this ourselves. That's the only way I will get to that peak. So we have nothing but a dusty Janae legend to go on? That's all. Just the Janae and a fabled cloud passage to Craggy Peak. What have you had... Wait, what? Have you had another thought, Reef? There was one more reason Kraden gave up on getting to that peak. He said we didn't have a wide enough variety of synergy to start the Alchemy Forge. Variety? What kind of synergy did he think you needed? I don't know. Well, who else came here with you and Creighton? Just my sister Noel, and we're both water adepts. Then maybe we have a chance because we cover all types of elemental energy. You might be right. Then let's find that alchemy forge, Reef. I'm sure that we'll create that cloud passage to Cracky Peak in no time. Hopefully. I didn't notice it before. Things feel a little different from when I was last here. This place is brimming with synergy power now. Can't you feel it? I mean, we don't have anything to compare it with from before. I'm certain it wasn't like this before. Changes in the wind. The key to all of this is in Passage. Let's head back to town then. I'm sure we'll uncover the secret there. I just want to know if I can create ice pillars yet. What is this? Meeting in session, entry prohibited? We often speak of the ancient times here, young ones. The people of Passage owe much to our ancestors, the Authay, who were master craftsmen. Authay, this ancient people, gained the respect of the world and even the Janae with their great craftsmanship. Though the Authay had no synergy, their skill made them partners with the Janae in creating things that used elemental power. But the Authay owed just as much to a people with special powers called the Janae. There was a third group of ancients that we heard of, known as the Fori. In ancient days, the Fori were those who had neither synergy of the Janae nor the craftsmanship of the Authay. The word itself, Fori, even seems to be an ancient insult that means simple people. Oh, geez, that's real bad. They had neither special powers nor master craftsmanship. Sadly, the world laughed at them. I feel for the Fori now, for we have lost so much of the old ways. So, expert craftsmanship seems like something you could teach someone. Synergy is an adept thing. Apparently, it's just like an ability that you're born with. Seems really... there must have been some extra, division there as to why the Fori were not considered or liked by anybody. This is the machine. Huh? What is all this? So this is the ancient machine reef? Indeed it is. Well, tell us everything. Don't keep us waiting. This is the alchemy forge. This doesn't look like any kind of forge I've ever seen. Forges are normally used to make weapons, and this one creates a cloud passage to Craggy Peak, huh? But the alchemy forge isn't doing much of anything at the moment. Perhaps it's broken? Hey Tyrell, throw a fireball at this spot marked with the flame. I can't stand it when Karis bosses me around. Just fire it up. So that's the secret. It's not broken, just disconnected. So you think we can get it running again? I don't know, it's awfully big. Maybe you're onto something, Karis. So what do you think, Matthew? Can we get the alchemy forge started? Nah. Don't doubt yourself, this place is full of parts that we can manipulate. Alright then, so where do we start, hotshot? Are those blocks the secret to reconnecting the forge, Karis? She gets like this, just watch. I am watching, but I don't understand what she's doing. The lines of power are broken. First, let's reconnect them throughout the chamber. Then we should fire up the forge again to see if the alchemy forge powers up. Yeah, what she said. We'll have the alchemy forge up and running again in no time. So let's reconnect all the power lines, then throw another fireball, okay? Reconnect. Oh, I see. You know what's gonna be neat I can't throw this through a wall or through knee-high blocks. It's gonna be... Oh, can I still not push these? Huh. Not sure. Oh, this one's simple. Kind of. Maybe. Oh, move this? Yeah. So this is interesting. This is like a push block puzzle, but it's involving different types of blocks. I guess I can't think of... Oh, I'm dumb. I just moved this one straight. Really? I can't use move because it's on the other side of that block? Or am I using the wrong synergy? I can't use move on these? Okay. I have to do this. That's just annoying that I can't use move on these. It's like they literally are just trying to make it more difficult by, I don't know, in an unintuitive way. Okay, I think everything's connected. Who has tampered with the alchemy forge? Who are you intruders? Tell me at once. If you're with those terrible soldiers, don't bother trying to strong-arm me or my people. I may look old, but I'm a descendant of the ancients. Passaj will never cave to you outsiders. We descendants of the Authay will band together, so I'll speak with the Ayuthay king, but not yours. Excuse me, sir, but we're not who you think we are, though you and I have met before. Old man doesn't remember him. What are you looking at, Gramps? Gramps? I'm an elder of Passaj. Call me that or by my name, Bogo. Bogho? Anything else is disrespectful. I don't know, Bogho kind of sounds disrespectful. This elder of Passaj, like all descendants of the ancient Authay, is a blacksmith of great craftsmanship. He is stubborn and short-tempered, but devoted to protecting his people, especially against incursions from Kyocho. Now, who lit these fires? Was it you? One of you must be able to wield synergy. All of us can. We're adepts. Are you now? The adepts are descendants of the Janae who reigned over the ancient world. I have heard of the legends of the Janae and even the Neox of nearby Craggy Peak. I have also heard of the Authay who were your ancestors of legend, right? How did you come to know all of this? We read the encyclopedia passages that are built into the game. It seems like they're going over things that we already read. Like, what's the point of having the encyclopedia passages if they're just gonna tell us through a cutscene anyway? I'm a student of alchemy. I once visited here with the scholar Creighton. Creighton, did you say? Is Creighton with you now? I do think it's kind of a cheap thing that they've just kept Creighton alive for so long, like an extra 30 years. Like, Babby was not able to live without, he wasn't able to live long without the constant use of his water from Lemuria. And to say that, I mean, Creighton was already old in the last game, and to say that he lived an extra 30 years just because he was there when the Golden Sun, well, even when they just lit the last lighthouse, like that just extended his life an extra 30 years, at least 30 years plus. I don't know, it seems kind of cheap to just find a way to keep him around. Also don't think the game should be taking place 30 years in the future. I'm sure there's some exciting stuff that probably happened right after the last game. But, I digress. No, I'm sorry to say that he's not. That's it. What a shame. He was an interesting old fellow, and we parted ways too soon. Kraden couldn't figure out how to restart your forge, but we adepts have. So you have. Well, look at that. The fires are blazing. Though the alchemy forge has been relit, this writing says that we need a critical part to control it. What does it say? What? What? It couldn't be clearer. It says what it says. You have to forgive our ignorance. It simply looks like a curious design to us. It all means something? My, for adepts it seems that you know less than I'd expect. What is that? Soul mask. That's what it says. Soul mask. This ancient relic is said to be related to the alchemy forge in some way. Oh, that's a terribly worthless encyclopedia entry. Anything else, Gramps? You've got all the answers. Don't call me Gramps. It says that the machine can only be used once the soul mask is inserted here. And that this mask is in the ancient Ouroboros labyrinth. That will be a problem given that the Ouroboros is below Caucho Palace. But are you sure we need the mask? The forge looks ready to go. I'm angry. Yes, it's strange, but the ancients probably wanted to ensure that only the right people used it. I'm certain that's why we need the mask. I only wish it were here. Bogho, what exactly is the soul mask? You seem to have heard of the Neox on distant Craggy Peak, who watched over this part of Angara. The Neox were Janae who helped build Harappa, Ayuthay, and I guess the Ouroboros? Yes, and Passaj. So few alive today know the secrets of those ancient times. I am one of them, and I rarely share secrets with outsiders, but since you know Kraden, I'll tell you the more. I know of an old prophecy about what would happen if alchemy was restored to the world. The Neox predicted that adepts would come to restore our fallen civilization to its former glory. I have long hoped that such a thing would come to pass, for life here gets harder by the year. Those of us in the southern part of Angara owe what little we have to the ancient Nox. We live our hard scrabble lives amid broken pieces of their long-dead civilization. Huh? Those people who lived on the Craggy Peak really made that much stuff, huh? It's hard to imagine that the Neox could have done so much, yet so little is known of them. The Janae all over ancient Wayard took their secrets with them. These Neox sound fascinating. I know nothing of Janae elsewhere, only of the Neox who guided the fate of our region from that peak. When the ancient Janae faded into history, so too did the Neox. But why? I'm sure Kraden has told you that the ancients cut off the world's connection to alchemy. Of course, all that powerful synergy was too tempting for the ancient people of Wayard. So they placed devices across the world to stop it. The lighthouses? As we know now, stopping the flow of synergy had terrible consequences. Synergy is what sustains the world. Without it, everything began to decay. Our parents were the ones who saved the world. The words avail. Those are your parents? Kraden told me all about the quest to save the world with the Golden Sun. Kraden does like to talk about it, doesn't he? He's quite proud of the role he's played. A noble soul, that Kraden, and you are the children of the Warriors of Vale? Remarkable. How does all this relate to the soul mask? Oh yes. The Neox created the alchemy forge just for the craftsmen of Passage. But synergy was needed to keep the forge running. So when the Neox vanished, Passage couldn't use the alchemy forge anymore? What a clever young man you are. Without synergy, our forge stopped, and Passage began its long and slow decline through the ages. When the Golden Sun happened 30 years ago, we thought our forge might restart, but it didn't. I guess we simply needed the right adepts to come along, but it's not yet at full strength, it seems. To get the alchemy forge back in working condition, you don't need any more fire. That's for certain. We need the soul mask, don't we? Right, as you can see, that's exactly what we still need. Wow, I thought we established that like 5 minutes ago. But why would the Neox require a mask to operate the machine? Oh, we're still on this point? If I had to guess, it was to ensure that only their allies could get to the Neox city on Craggy Peak. And speaking of allies and enemies, Soul Mask is perilously close to our enemy, King Woe of Caucho. How'd it get there? Why isn't it closer to the forge? Ouroboros is under distant Caucho Palace, from which King Woe is waging war on Passage. Caucho has sent waves of soldiers to conquer Passage. We fended off their attacks. Do you think that the Caucho soldiers are trying to get their hands on the alchemy forge? Cool. Do you think so? Now that you mention it, I bet they are after our forge. But how could they do anything with it? What do you mean? Well, we adepts could only start it up, and even now, we still use the soul mask to actually use it. You know, that mask seems just as important to the people of Passage as it does to us. So it's twice as important to find that soul mask. Crane did think this machine was very important. It does seem that Bogho and his people have fallen upon hard times without their forge. We cannot ask you to enter the Ouroboros for our sakes. No, it's far too dangerous. What is inside the Ouroboros? It's a fiendish labyrinth. Its twisting, turning coils have ensnared all who dare enter it. Gramps, that's some crazy story. Stop calling me that. Nevertheless, it's all true. The Ouroboros is a maze filled with riches. Many treasure hunters have ventured inside. But none has ever returned. Not one in all these years. In the, what, 30 years? Or before that? Have any adepts ever tried? Elder? I don't believe so. Perhaps you could succeed. Really? You don't have any... I guess these ancient people were the craftsmen. They didn't have alchemy. We of Passage could never thank you enough if you're able to restore our alchemy forge fully. Oh, that text... That word bubble looks like it's coming from like Karis or something, but it's Bogho talking. And wouldn't the king of Ayuthay be fascinated? The king of Ayuthay? King Paithos. This ruler of Ayuthay is known as King Paithos. He has presided over a new era of prosperity brought by the restarting of Ayuthay's alchemy well. Alchemy well? What is that? The people of Ayuthay are also descended from the Exathi. They have their own ancient machine. Ayuthay has another one of these machines? Theirs is called the Alchemy Well. This ancient machine was built by the Neox to produce water in vast quantities. Oh. Produces water? Does the Alchemy Forge produce fire? Is there two other machines that do like wind and earth? The Authay machine started working suddenly about 20 years ago. Ayuthay's growth has been explosive since then. I've been somewhat jealous. So my heart's desire is to see our own alchemy forge working again. Where's he hurrying off to all of a sudden? Before you leave Passage, you must learn more of our meeting hall. We have ancient secrets to share. Please come outside, then climb the stairs on the side to reach it. I'll wait for you in the horror hall. Okay, let's see if there's anything to buy before we go into yet another long dialogue sequence. I'm just gonna search through your stuff here if you guys aren't gonna... Oh, they need this fixed up. Interesting. Let's see if I can help them with this. What? Oh, what the heck? What was that? Oh, what? They've got too much junk in the way. I literally can't do it because their place is a mess. There's a little line on the ground that says I can't push it in a certain direction. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Maybe... No. Yeah, maybe I can do it. I just have to do it in a certain order in order to make the space movable for the other blocks. Seems arbitrary, but that's the way it has to be done. Okay, so yeah, that was a super long dialogue sequence that I definitely think did not need to be that long. What? Oh, jeez. I swear I pushed to the right, not down. Move was a lot snappier in the previous game. I don't know if that has something to do with... I don't know. Maybe it's just the DS in general. Everything on the DS feels slower. Okay, all those blocks are in. Do I need to, like, light a fire? No. It's just the alchemy forge itself needs to be lit with the mask. Hopefully those blocks stay put. Okay, good. It looks like they will. Okay, meeting hall. Here I come. Oops, wrong way. They're like a little... Oh, never mind. Seems like this episode's gonna be all... Well, I mean, we had some dungeon in the beginning of the video, but the rest seems like it's gonna be all talking. Please, everyone, I must have your attention. We have special visitors to our meeting, the children of the warriors of Vale. They have just arrived in Passaj. They've used their great synergy powers to restart our alchemy forge. Except it doesn't work yet because we need the mask. Our forge fixed? Synergy powers? I can't believe it. Visitors from Vale. Settle down. Our forge has been restarted, but it's not functional. We need a crucial item. Not functional. A crucial item? These guys are clueless about the mask? But we have to get our forge working again. What we need is the soul mask from the Ouroboros labyrinth. We've seen Ouroboros multiple times already. And we're just now getting the encyclopedia entry. This labyrinth below the new Kaocha Palace was built by the ancient ancestors of those living in Ayuthay. It is said to hold an important mask that is a critical piece of ancient machinery. Not the Ouroboros labyrinth. But that's under Kaocha Palace. Then it's hopeless. Maybe not. I think I know a way to get the soul mask. I think 3D is just a lot more work, like having camera movements and stuff. I think making my own Golden Sun game be just fine to do 2D, like the first two games. Calm down, everyone. The children of the warriors of Vale will fetch it for us, so please answer their questions. Oh. Hey, guys. Now, please enter, friends. These elders possess great wisdom. You may find something vital for your journey in their thoughts. I am contemplating the Ouroboros puzzles. The ancient Ayuthay people, then part of the Exarthi, helped build the labyrinth. So aside from the ancient Neox, the Ayuthay people must hold the secrets of surviving it. I am pondering our alchemy forge. Our ancestors crafted many things for the ancients with it. They used the floating material we call Zol. This unique material, also called floating stone, floats in the air when touched by wind. Wow, I already knew that. Perhaps Zol was used to make something that could cross the sky. I'm meditating upon the Ouroboros. It is by the Ouroboros that you will enter a labyrinth, and it is by the labyrinth that treasures are found. Thus, in the Ouroboros, you should come face to face with the soul mask. That was worthless. I am ruminating upon Caucho Palace. King Woe had that palace built upon ancient ruins. He has raised himself high by disrespecting the past. That's not helpful. My name is Baggy. So you're helping my grandfather Bogho? Baggy, this young man helps his grandfather Bogho look after Passaj. He lost his parents at an early age and has since devoted himself to serving the people of Passaj. Then you must be headed to Caucho to find what we need to make the alchemy forge functional. What would you do? Why would you do this for us? Do you perhaps hope to get across the mountains? Yes? The ancients crossed the mountains by a special passage, or so it said. If the alchemy forge was working, I'm sure you could go the same way. So if you must enter the Ouroboros, I know someone who might know how to survive that labyrinth. His name is Amiti. He leads a pretty privileged life in Ayuthay. I guess you could say he's their golden child. This nephew to King Paithos is the Prince of Ayuthay. He is also a good friend to Baghi from Passaj. So it's difficult for most outsiders to get anywhere near him, but I'm his friend. I know a way. But I'll need to give you something first. Follow me. Now, where did I put it? Is it that other mask? That's odd. Ah, found it. Now, before I give this to you, I've got to tell you the latest news from Ayuthay. King Woe of Caucho wants to take over Ayuthay. In fact, he's got the main castle surrounded by troops. Don't worry, King Woe's soldiers can't possibly succeed. The people of Ayuthay have hidden deep under the castle grounds where Caucho can't find them. There is a gate into this hidden city, but I hear that Caucho's generals cannot open it. No one can. So if you want to get inside Ayuthay, you'll need this. Matthew got the Tree Flute. This flute is the secret to getting into the castle, but it still won't be easy. You'll need to get past the generals to reach the inner Ayuthay courtyard. I already did that. There you'll find a strange and ancient tree. Walk up to it, then play this flute. That is where we started this episode. That tree is your only way into Ayuthay. Once you get inside, find Amiti. Oh, I bet our Zol transport might be working now that you powered up the forge. That's the fastest way down to the bottom of our mountain. It hasn't been used in my lifetime. Look for it in the Zol storehouse nearby. Okay then, go find that soul mask. We're counting on you. Storehouse? What else is around here? Anything interesting? What's this like? Cave? Inside the mountains here? Oh, it's just connecting to other places, kind of like there's some other towns that have done that in the previous games. But it looks like there's a bunch of little glyphs around, like maybe stuff will happen here once the forge is actually restarted. Is this the thing that the guy was talking about? Oh, I guess it is. Oh, I bet once I get... probably get Frost to be able to make ice pillars with my next party member. Even though I already have a water adept with me. So yeah, now we head back to that water city where we can use the flute. And that will probably be where we wrap this up. So yeah, that whole detour today has been just to get that item so we can do the next thing. Am I going the right way? Got full synergy, I should probably heal. And then, what is my... do I have a map button? No, my shortcuts work on the world map, which is pointless because that's never going to be a thing. Oh, my map is down there, but it doesn't let me, like, look at it. Oh, I guess I should save. Haven't saved this whole time. But as far as navigation goes... Atlas... What? Oh. I want to know where Ayuthay is. Oh. Is this place? I guess it is. So I'm going the right way. It's weird that it looks like it's surrounded by desert when inside the place it doesn't look like there's any desert at all. I should probably heal more often. Yeah, everything looks green here. I don't know why it looks like it's a desert outside. That seems wrong. Like that's the wrong kind of world design. And I'm clearly going to be able to drain the water here, right? Because there's a treasure chest underwater. And a bunch of other passages. Oh, that was the wrong way to go. I also liked in Golden Sun 2 at least, where if you saw a stair or a ladder like this going down, you could literally just hold up on it because it's like a sprite, it's not an actual 3D space, and your character would automatically have this animation where it like walked around and then walked down it. Where you can't really, I don't know, you can probably still do that in 3D, it's just not as intuitive for the designers to have added that for some reason. I don't know. Basically, I just think that it should be there still, but it's not. Items. Flute. What is going on? Why did that make me all dizzy? So I need to go here to get help from this Amiti guy to then go to the Ouroboros Labyrinth, to then get the mask to get the forge going, to then cross the mountain to actually continue my main quest. Again, this whole game is all about getting distracted from your main quest and doing all these side quests, mandatory side quests. That's what the whole game is. How could they not? You kept laughing? Now they know about us? You overheard those generals saying they're adepts. Oh, there's a bunch of people living here. Their eyes are open, but we have not yet opened their eyes. Welcome, strangers. I'm sorry your arrival was so jarring. What? What happened? Did we pass out or something? Our giant tree is such a mystery. When you played the flute, it drew you down more powerfully than usual. Than usual? You guys do that a lot? Now, strangers, know that you are most welcome here. Well, thanks, I guess, but who are you? Who is he? How dare you speak to me that way? I mean, it already had his name on the picture for us. Usually it's question marks for, like, important people that we don't know yet. I'm not sure why they screwed that up. They can't really be adepts, can they? We beg your pardon. You're Amiti? Baghi sent us to you. Baghi? Now I see. He gave you his tree flute. This flute is said to be made from ancient trees that once grew near Ayuthay Castle. Its craftsmanship is undeniably old. We can't be certain, Amiti. They might have robbed Baghi. The children say they saw them deliver a letter from King Wo to Kaucho generals. King Wo sent them to join the Red generals to help with Kaucho's attack on Ayuthay, but the generals refused to let them into the army. What's this? You were turned away? Why wouldn't the general want adepts in their army? They're just dumb. They gave them a different job to purge the evil spirits they've been hearing nearby. Which is just silly, since it was just those two laughing when we're supposed to be hiding quietly. Or sorry, we're only playing, it just gets so boring. I suppose you're going to blame us for the statues the generals smashed too. Yeah. I understand everything now. Understand what? All this foolishness about adepts joining the Kaucho army. My friends ran to get me, worried that our enemies had found us at last. So that's why the laughing stopped the moment we gave our letter to the generals. When we heard you were adepts, yeah, powerful adepts, we ran to tell Amiti that you'd all come to Ayuthay. And just as they told me you played the tree flute, I assumed Baghi had come. We're sorry for the confusion. I swear we didn't come to aid Kaucho. We came to help Passaj. Even though we have a letter from Kaucho, which doesn't really help our case. So what do we do with them now, sir? We should take them to see Paithos. Are you sure? Straight to Paithos? You mustn't. But these people are outsiders. I guess you really must trust these adepts. Well, who's this Paithos then? Is this guy really worth all this security? How can he not know? Paithos is wondrous beyond comprehension. We read the encyclopedia entry, Tyrell. We know who Paithos is. How can an adept not know this? Please, let's be more patient with our guests. Paithos is our king. Paithos would want to see any adepts that came our way. But we have no proof that they're adepts, and yet you take them to the king? It's very easy to get proof that someone is an adept. Come on, you guys. Adepts are descendants of the Jinne. Thus, by the ancient bonds, we must offer them help and hospitality. Besides, Paithos has anticipated their arrival. He's been predicting lately that adepts would arrive in Authay. I'll lead the way. Please follow me. Stay close. Don't stray. I'll be taking a secret path. Okay. Is that necessary? Well, I mean, if the king is hidden behind a secret door, because you're in hiding here, this is the secret way to the throne room. It looks impassable, does it not? It looks like a door. But watch as I play one of our ancient flutes. Ancient secrets like these still hold such wonder for me. Such a heavy slab, yet it moves at the sound of a flute. Well, it looks like the vines pushed it up. The ancient Exothi built such things in many of their cities and castles, such as this in our great tree. The throne room isn't far from here. Please come with me. Paithos' throne room is up here, or up there. Yeah, all this camera work. I mean, it adds to the game, but I don't think it adds much to the game. Especially when these aren't even important characters. Uncle, the adepts have been waiting for... They're here. Come in, come in. You've done well, Amiti, son of Verity. This Ayuthay was Amiti's mother, who passed away not long after her child was born. She was also the sister of King Paithos. Oh, so Amiti is like the king's nephew? I have urgent topics to share with you and our guests. Court, I dismiss you. Apparently it's top secret stuff that the fans can't be around for. So these are the adepts who spoke with General Kutsung? Indeed, Uncle. My friends, introduce yourselves. Me, I'm Tyrell. And this here is our leader, Matthew. What an honor to meet you, Your Majesty. I'm Karis. As for me, I'm Reef, Your Majesty. Actually, thinking about the encyclopedia as a whole, it's probably there for if you just pick this game up after like not playing it for a month and you forgot who the main character is or what are adepts, you can then pull that up and get reminded so you can follow the story. Which is another thing that the DS and Wii era was like trying to appeal more to casual players. So they thought a genre like an RPG, which is really more for, I think, more hardcore players. Not in the sense that it's difficult, but in the sense that it requires a lot of time dedication. They're trying to make it more casual friendly. I just don't, I guess, I don't know, I don't know how much an encyclopedia is going to really, I mean, it's not clear how to access these things. Like remembering that there's a button that you gotta press that's not on screen to access these keywords. I don't think that helps them. Anyway, just a critique of trying to add in these encyclopedia things that I don't think are great. They climbed the heights to Passaj, where they got the Tree Flute, for they came through the ancient tree, you see. They came through the ancient tree. Yes, Bog, he entrusted them with his Tree Flute. We owe him for delivering the adepts to us. Uh-oh, this guy wants something from us, I can tell. Oh, Tyrell, you shouldn't speak to King Paithos that way. Or like that. You mustn't, Tyrell. What? Oh, come on. You know I'm no good with this fancy talk. So blunt. How refreshing. I believe we'll get along perfectly. Honesty is always welcome in our court. Then let me get to it. As you have guessed, I have been waiting for your arrival. Waiting for us? Not you specifically, for a group of adepts. We need adepts for the ancient Janae blessed Ayuthay with a miraculous machine called the alchemy well. When the Janae sealed alchemy from the world, our well stopped working. The Ayuthay people, that was sealed alchemy from the world. How long ago was that? Hundreds of years? Or longer? I'd have to refer back to Golden Sun 1 to remember exactly how long it's been, but it's been a long time, and these people don't seem, like, I don't know. Obviously, the ancient people aren't, like, well documented. I just don't know how they would know how the alchemy well even works if it's been that long. Just seems like there's a disconnect here. The Ayuthay people are proud to say that one of our own found a way to restart the alchemy well in recent years. Yes, my dearly departed mother, she discovered that she had powers of synergy. She used her abilities to bring the alchemy well back to life, which brought water back to Ayuthay. So the tale goes, everyone here praises Verity for the miracle. But there is more to the story, and it involves the identity of Amiti's father. Your Highness, if this topic is too personal, we can leave you be. I guess that's why everyone else had to leave. What do you mean? My mother conceived me through her miraculous power. Oh, he doesn't think he had a father? I have no father, do I? Please, Uncle, you told me that I was conceived by her of her power. You told everyone in Authay that. Wow, everyone in all their people think he's some kind of miracle child. Now it is time to tell the truth. Or maybe we shouldn't listen in on family matters like this, so if you'll excuse us. No, stay. The truth bears on all of you. Listen carefully. The one who truly fathered Amiti was an adept, an exceedingly powerful one. But I told the Ayuthay people that Verity was the one who started the alchemy well. Am I to believe my mother wasn't the one who started the alchemy well? Who saved Ayuthay with its waters? Your mother possessed no synergy. What? No, Uncle, you're confused. Why you have skill with synergy and wait. Why you have skill with synergy and so did she. My power? I can't even get a pebble to do more than tremble. No, I cannot be called an adept. What? How does everyone believe he has powers then? And his sister, if they really didn't. And my sister had no synergy whatsoever. Your true father was the adept behind everything. How did anybody not know about this guy? Adept this, adept that. I'm just about fed up. Ever since we left the lookout cabin, all we hear about is people talking about us adepts. Is that how the whole world thinks of us? Like we're pulling everyone's strings? Not at all, my friends. Still, this adept was quite mysterious. He came here like a shadow, saved Ayuthay, then left before we learned his identity. Only my sister knew him truly. I never saw his face. Huh? What? How was that even possible? You never knew who Amiti's dad was? A secret romance. It sounds like something from a fairy tale. Isn't there anything you can tell me about him? My sister fell in love with this adept at first sight, seemingly the day after he arrived. Verity said that he felt the same for her, which is why it was so hard on her when he left. Soon enough, Verity found that she was with child, you, Amiti. And you're sure he was an adept? He performed so many miracles that there was no doubt of it. He performed so many miracles, but you never saw his face? And nobody else around town knew who he was? Yes, surely if my mother did none of those things, then he was our adept. And everyone else thought... Like, everyone had to leave because obviously nobody knows this secret. And including Amiti. So, how... I don't understand how they could have kept all this secret. Apparently he was great for he did a bunch of miracles, and yet nobody knew he was here? Yes, surely if my mother did none of those things, then he was our adept. I already read that. For he started the alchemy well, then found the Luna mask that was required to make it operable. This ancient artifact puts the alchemy well into operation. It is a silvery, shining mask crafted by the ancient people of Passaj. There is a prophecy that adepts would come to restore an ancient civilization that included much more than Ayuthay. It was a golden era when all our lands and cities worked as a harmonious whole, not broken into pieces. The restoration of an ancient civilization? We heard a similar thing while we were in Passaj. Well, perhaps that adept was part of his prophecy. He did bring the well to life. No, he told us that Ayuthay would need to wait years longer until the adepts of prophecy would come. Then why did that adept come to Ayuthay? And what am I if not my mother's miracle? Calm yourself, child. I don't have the answer. Verity may have known, but she took his secrets with her. But if your alchemy well is already pumping water, why does Ayuthay need us? Yeah, I'm angry. I cannot blame your impatience, for here's how you came into this story. That adept left his work half done. He got our alchemy well working again, but if the legends are true, the well can do immeasurably more. 20 years ago, Ayuthay was on the verge of being lost to the desert. Our well has made it lush and green. But farther away, this land is still falling into waste and desolation. Legends say that our well once fed waters far beyond Ayuthay, to all AJ, even all the way to Harappa. The alchemy forge up in Passaj once pumped the waters. Their machine is dead, and so AJ is dry and dying. The machines are named as a pair, you see. Oh, so there aren't 4 elements of them? When both machines are running, they work in harmony to benefit this whole part of the world. I had placed all my hopes on that mysterious adept, but he has been gone so long. So I had all but given up on the Janae prophecy until I heard of a new group of adepts at our door. No doubt you are the adepts who will bring our ancient civilization back to life. Do you really think that we're adepts in this prophecy, Matthew? I know it's overwhelming, but it sounds like King Paithos really likes that we could help. So if we finish fixing the alchemy forge, we'll restore this whole area to its ancient glory? When you put it like that, it sounds like we've already fulfilled half the prophecy. What? Did you already fix the forge while you were in Passage? That's wonderful. Well, it's powered up, but we can't use it. When we started the forge, the shape of a mask appeared. That happened when our alchemy well was first started. Uncle, it's not hard to guess what mask they will need. The soul mask, I presume? The well and the forge have many similarities, so I believe that you're right. Well, it's time that you help us then. We've been looking for that mask. After the alchemy well was started, we needed something called the Luna mask to operate the machine. Do you guys have that? Luna is the moon, so if you need a companion mask, surely you must need a soul mask. Legend tells of a soul mask hidden in the Ouroboros, a place our ancestors helped construct. We already know this. It is under Kyocho, but it's impossible to find its true entrance, let alone do what must be done to enter. If you must go there, I must reveal a treasure we have guarded in Ayuthay since ancient times. And what is that? Please tell us. It is the Insight Glass, the object that will help you solve the puzzle of the Ouroboros. This ancient Janae artifact, Ayuthay's most treasured possession. What is the Insight Glass? It is an object that opens a window upon inner truths. It can show the way forward. A window upon inner truths? What does the Insight Glass let you see the future? We don't know exactly. Only the Janae could use it, so we have kept it hidden until the right time. May I go with the adepts in search of the Insight Glass? Hold on. Just where are we going now? The Insight Glass is hidden within our temple of Beret, which is currently underwater. A temple that's underwater? The temple is submerged under Beret Pond, outside the city walls. This man-made pool was built by the Ayuthay. It serves as a reservoir for runoff water from the alchemy well. At the bottom is an underwater temple containing untold treasures. Surely our pond water won't stand in the way of mighty adepts like you, will it? I'm not jumping at the chance to get wet, but I would have thought you'd be a little more curious. The Temple of Beret is said to be dazzling. So you've never seen the inside? When the alchemy well was turned on, the pond flooded. So did most of the temple. The temple remains underwater today. I've never seen the inside during my lifetime. So to get inside, you'll need to figure out a way around all that water. Like sucking the water back out, maybe? We have heard that it's possible to reverse the flow of our alchemy well. I'm sure that the moment you see it, you'll know exactly what to do, adepts. I can help them while they're in Ayuthay, Uncle. The city hidden down here can baffle visitors. You can find your way there back the way we came. Our mini will surely be useful to you. Good luck. Man, 15 minutes later and we're just wrapping up this conversation. So now we're braving the submerged temple of Beret? There must be some way we can use the alchemy well to drain the pond waters outside the castle. Yeah, no duh. We just need to find some way to put it in reverse. We turned on one machine, so we must be able to do it and put it in reverse too. Angry. Oh, don't worry, I'm sure we can do it, Matthew. Your Highness, you can count on us to figure out how to reverse the flow of the alchemy well. Oh, then you have my leave. Return when you have completed your task. Oh my gosh. Okay, wow. That is a lot of talking. Wow. People think Golden Sun 1 and 2 have a lot of talking. I think it's adequate to what needs to be said. But this game, holy cow, this game goes on forever when it's talking. Thankfully, we are going to call it right here. We spent enough time talking. We will pick this up next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.